Hey everyone, I'm the Seventh Sword, and there's a few things that I need to address in this video. This is going to be a very difficult video for me to make, but I believe that it is necessary, especially in light of some of the recent incidents that have happened right here on YouTube. As I'm sure many of you are aware of the Logan Paul incident, suicide is something that has recently deeply affected me and my family. And it's a big reason as to why I stopped making videos for a half a year. Last year, 2017, my sister committed suicide. And what's worse is I found out she did it while I was editing a YouTube video. So it made it really hard to edit for a very long time. I tried and I was able to get like a few things done, but not as much as I normally did. She was my biggest supporter. She loved my videos. She'd always call me about them and we'd talk about them, and she'd give me ideas, and I'd, ask her opinion and all that stuff. And suicide is no joke. It's not something that should be recorded for views, for laughs. It's something that needs to be addressed with sincerity, and so that we can try to understand it and prevent it and help others who have gone through it, because suicide destroys everyone around that person. It affects them all in some way or another, and you'd be surprised at how many people it reaches. My sister thought she was a burden, but she was wrong. She was never a burden. All we wanted to do was help her. So I'm making this video because if there's anybody in your life, or even in your own life, you're feeling doubts, you're feeling insecure, someone you haven't reached out to in a while, someone you haven't heard from, reach out. It can mean a world of difference. My sister was the one who introduced me to gaming. First game she showed me was Sonic the Hedgehog, and the first game I actually beat was Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And that franchise has been so important to me and to her. Every time a new Zelda game would come out, we would like freak out and talk about it. And eventually she stopped playing like games. She didn't really, get into it as much as I continued to get into it, but she still loved it. And she would always want to see what I was doing and see like all the new games and Dark Souls and stuff like that, because it was basically Dark Zelda. I think social media has gotten out of hand. This whole Logan Paul incident further proves that. Everyone is trying to get as many views and likes and dislikes or whatever as possible. We're all trying to record something that is going to go viral on our phones or whatever. It's not about the entertainment anymore. It's not about wanting to make people happy anymore. It's about what we can exploit. That's what YouTube has turned into recently. It started out so brilliantly, and it's transformed into this disgusting thing where a YouTuber will film a dead body to get views. Someone who committed suicide to get views. And during that whole process of filming it and editing it, chose not to stop. He could have used that to help people. He could have used that experience to better himself and reflect on what he saw and what he learned. But instead, he decided to exploit it. And it got taken down way too late. Way too many people already got exposed to it. And it was allowed to happen. That's just wrong. It's just wrong in so many ways. You know, back in the day, it was YouTubers who got me through some really hard times. Some very difficult times. Nothing as difficult as I've experienced recently, but still, they were there for me when I needed them. People like Markiplier, Nostalgia Critic, Angry Joe, Angry Nintendo Nerd, well, video game nerd now, but back in the day, Nintendo Nerd. Like, all those people, you know, they made me laugh, they made me smile. That's what it should be about. That's what it should always be about. You sharing your passion to the world and inspiring others to do the same. Not this twisted form of entertainment that YouTube is transformed into. To everyone who stuck around, thank you so much. I know it's been a long time. I'm surprised that as many people of you have watched the video as you have. I thought that I was going to come back and no one was going to really care or anything, but there you all were, you know. That means the world to me too, so. Okay, well, I think that about wraps up everything that I wanted to say. I know this is a heavy video. Very serious. Normally I try to be all funny and stuff like that, but I can't think of anything to make funny in this video, so I'm not going to. I will be releasing one more vlog later on, probably in a couple days, outlining what I want to do for the channel, so keep an eye out for that. I've got some other abridged series planned that I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do 2 abridged series at the same time, and I'll go into detail on that later. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for being there, and I will see you all later.